I discovered my soon-to-be ex-wife cheating around 7 months ago. I went through all the stages: denial, pain, trying to win her back. I was seriously depressed for a long time, but I never confronted her. I was a total mess, and she must have known I had figured it out. Yet she didn't care, or maybe she just assumed I wouldn't do anything about it. After about 3 months, I hit my breaking point. I was done. Done with her, done with the marriage. I just stopped caring altogether. I checked out completely, emotionally and physically. I started preparing for divorce, making plans for the new life I wanted. I avoided her as much as possible, tried not to be home when she was. When she asked me questions, I gave short, emotionless answers. Yes, no, or I don't know. I even left the divorce attorney's bills out in the open where she could see them. Even the kids were asking questions. They could sense something was wrong. I gave them the classic speech. It's not your fault. Sometimes adults just can't be together anymore. My wife was in the room and she heard everything. She didn't say a word. Her silence spoke volumes. A few days later, I ran into an old friend from high school. Someone I had a crush on long before I met my wife. Let's call her Monica because she resembles Monica Bellucci. We had always had chemistry back then, but I never acted on it. When we met again, all those feelings rushed back, stronger than ever. We didn't waste time. She asked me out, but I told her I wasn't ready to date yet. Not until I was officially separated. Monica respected that. She gave me her number and said to call her once everything was settled. I was excited, more than I had been in a long time. That encounter motivated me. I went home with a newfound sense of purpose. I sat my wife down and told her we needed to talk. I finally confronted her about the cheating. I told her that I had known for a while and assumed she had figured it out too, given how distant I had been. I told her I wanted a divorce, that I was ready to move on, start dating, and live my life again. Her reaction caught me off guard. Instead of being relieved, she broke down completely. She begged, cried, and pleaded, saying the affair didn't mean anything, that we could fix things if we tried. It was gut-wrenching to watch, but I didn't feel the same way anymore. I told her that if she wanted to fix our marriage, the time to do that was 7 months ago, before she had the affair. Now, it's too late. It's broken beyond repair. I couldn't fix something I didn't even know was wrong. I didn't think we had any serious problems. She never communicated them to me, and I'm not a mind reader. She chose to have an affair, knowing it would destroy us, our family, and our kids. That's something I can't overlook or forgive. I calmly explained to her that no amount of crying or pleading could undo the damage she had done. The pain she caused me had changed everything. I even started to hate her for it, and the only reason I was being civil was for the sake of our kids. I told her I didn't believe she ever cared about me. No one who truly loves someone could inflict this kind of pain. Her saying she loves me is meaningless now. Her actions say otherwise. She became completely incoherent at this point, sobbing uncontrollably. I couldn't even understand what she was saying. I ended up calling her sister to come pick her up because I wasn't going to take care of her in that state. Her sister came over, and after I explained the situation, she took her away. The relief I felt after they left was indescribable, like I could breathe again for the first time in months. I couldn't understand why my wife didn't see this coming. She must have known that her choices would lead to divorce and a broken family. She's smart, beautiful. How could she not see that? We had a good marriage, or at least I thought we did. But after the affair, everything changed. Now she's acting like she wants to fix things, but what could her motivation possibly be? It's too late for that. Could it be that she's just trying to avoid the fallout? Maybe she's scared I'll expose her to her lover's wife, or that she'll lose financially in the divorce. I have plenty of evidence of her cheating. And since we live in a state that doesn't look kindly on that, she's probably worried about alimony. Her affair partner, AP, is also married, so maybe she's scared I'll tell his wife. I've thought about all these things, but I just can't wrap my head around her behavior. Regardless, I knew I had to get all of this out of my head. I hoped writing it down would help me make sense of it. But I'm just as confused now as when I started. First off, thanks to everyone who reached out. It's been overwhelming and I haven't had a chance to respond to everyone, but I've read all your messages. I'm posting this 3 days after the initial confrontation, and I'm finally starting to clear my head. I've made some lists, pros and cons, what I need to prioritize, how to behave around my wife, how to move forward for the kids. I even made a bunch of notes and posted them on the wall. I needed to figure out what really matters now and what I can realistically achieve from this point forward. The kids are my top priority. I've decided to focus more on them, more individual counseling, family counseling, and spending quality time together to create new, positive memories. I'll also involve my side of the family more to provide extra love and support. I even got an STI test and have booked DNA testing for the kids. The idea that they might not be mine is terrifying, but I need to know for their sake and for mine. I'm praying they are, but until I have confirmation, I'll be on edge. We've explained everything to the kids in therapy and made sure they know they can always come to me for anything. They're my world, and I'll be there for them no matter what. As for my marriage, I've come to a painful realization I can never trust my wife again. Without trust, there's no relationship. I also realize that I don't love her anymore, at least not the person she's become. The love I had for her died the moment she started that affair. Maybe I could learn to love her again, but honestly, I don't want to. It's better for both of us to move on. Our marriage is over, and I don't want to keep dragging this out. I don't want her back, and any thought of being with her now fills me with dread. Divorce is inevitable, and I want it finalized as quickly as possible. As for Monica, we've talked a lot. She knows about my situation, and we've agreed to wait until my divorce is official before pursuing anything. She's been incredibly understanding, and we've even discussed how it might look if we were seen together too soon. I don't want anyone thinking she was the reason for my marriage falling apart. We've decided to give it some time before making anything public. I feel drawn to Monica in a way I haven't felt in years, but for now I'm keeping my distance until everything is sorted legally. When I finally sat down with my wife to discuss our future, I made sure to approach it calmly. I didn't want to be cruel or vindictive, just honest. I asked her some tough questions about why she did what she did and what she was thinking moving forward. I wasn't going to give her any false hope. We're dividing everything equally, and I'm not looking to punish her financially or with custody. Despite everything, I want to co-parent in the best way possible for the sake of our kids. This whole process has been painful, but I know I need to act in a way that I can be proud of 20 years from now. I can't carry hate in my heart forever. At some point, I'll need to forgive her to move on with my life. While our marriage is over, I still cherish the good memories we had and the children we raised together. That's how I want to remember her, not the person who cheated on me. When we finally met again, my wife looked terrible, completely unrecognizable. It was like she had shrunk into herself, consumed by the guilt and stress. I was calm, but I didn't feel anything for her beyond pity. Watching her break down confirmed what I already knew. I no longer love her. I listened as she sobbed and tried to explain herself. Her sister even scolded her, and I learned that her sister had gone through something similar with her fiancé a year earlier. In that moment, I realized something important. This isn't my fault. I wasn't the perfect husband, but I didn't do anything to deserve this. She made her choices, and now we're both paying the price. That's just how it is. Divorce is inevitable, and we'll both move on. I don't feel the anger I used to, and for the first time in a long time, I feel like I can see a future without her. One where I can be happy again. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.